Chapter 1. Billy's Dream Begins. Small-town boy Billy was. Since he could talk, he had always wanted to work as a firefighter. He was enamored with the sound of the sirens, the red trucks, the dazzling flashing lights, and, most importantly, the courageous firefighters who risked their lives to save others. Billy would pretend to put out fires for hours each day with his toy fire trucks, dress up as a toy firefighter, and pretend to use his toy water hose. His parents failed in their attempts to change his mind. Billy frequently daydreamed about becoming a firefighter. He imagined riding in the back of the fire truck with the other firefighters while donning his own gleaming red helmet. He imagined the adrenaline rush that comes from saving someone's life as they were driving to the fire scene. His passion for fighting fires grew as he grew older. He watched YouTube videos about putting out fires and read books about the evolution of firefighting. He listened to bedtime stories all through the night about brave firefighters who risked their own lives to save those around them. He once heard the distant sound of a real fire truck siren while he was playing with his toy fire truck in the backyard. His heart began to race as the fire truck passed, its lights flashing and sirens blaring. Billy was certain at that time that his top career objective was to become a firefighter. He couldn't wait to reach adulthood and join the courageous firefighters who put their own lives in danger to save others. Chapter 2. A Visit to the Fire Station. One day, Billy's parents took him to the nearby fire station. When they arrived, a welcoming firefighter welcomed them and gave them a tour of the station. The fire trucks were parked inside the garage and were ready to move at any time, which caught Billy's attention. The firefighters showed Billy different kinds of fire trucks, such as the ladder truck and the fire engine. Billy was amazed at their size and strength and was eager to get inside to see what it was like to be a real firefighter. Billy was also shown the apparatus used by firefighters, including hoses, axes, and breathing equipment. Billy was enthralled by the various equipment and tools that firefighters used to put out fires. The highlight of the trip was when the firefighter allowed Billy to put on a real firefighter's helmet and get into the driver's seat of the fire truck. Billy pretended to drive the truck through the windshield, feeling like a real hero. Billy was given a small plastic fire hat by the firefighter as they were leaving. Billy wore it with pride because it brought back memories of his desire as a child to become a firefighter. From that day on, nothing could prevent him from realizing his dream. Chapter 3. Working hard to achieve his dream. After visiting the fire station, Billy was more determined than ever to join the fire service. Although he was aware that it wouldn't be simple, he was prepared to work hard to realize his dream. Billy started out by reading books and watching videos of firefighters. He gained knowledge of the different kinds of fires, the equipment firefighters use, and the methods they employ to put out fires. He even started pretending to use his toy fire truck to put out fictitious fires and rescue fictitious people. Billy, on the other hand, was aware that he needed to engage in activities other than simple toy play. He started working out regularly, doing sit-ups and push-ups to build strength. He trained for the physical demands of firefighting by running laps around the backyard and practicing climbing stairs. Billy started to put in extra effort in class. He spent more time studying math and science because he was aware that firefighters needed to be knowledgeable in those fields. He learned about the different kinds of fires and how to put them out while studying the history of firefighting. Billy worked tirelessly to achieve his dream, but he faced many obstacles along the way. At times, he wanted to give up, but he kept in mind his objective and overcame the challenges. After working diligently for several months, Billy was now prepared to move forward with his dream. He enrolled in a firefighting academy to gain the necessary knowledge to become a real firefighter. Chapter 4. Facing challenges along the way. Billy quickly grasped the difficulty of the firefighting academy's training program. The physical demands of the training were great, and he frequently felt worn out and sore. But he was aware that in order to become a firefighter, he would need to put in a lot of effort. His fear of heights was one of the most challenging obstacles he had to overcome. As a firefighter, he would have to use ladders to access burning structures and save people who were trapped inside. Billy was terrified of heights, but he understood that he had to get over his phobia if he wanted to become a firefighter. Billy's instructors and fellow students helped him gradually get over his fear of heights. He worked at great heights and ascended ladders until he was comfortable and confident. Another difficulty Billy faced was working in small spaces. Firefighters frequently need to put out fires and look for people in tight places like crawl spaces and air ducts. Billy struggled with claustrophobia but overcame it with the help of his teachers. Despite the challenges, Billy persisted and advanced. He acquired the skills necessary to operate a variety of tools and apparatus, such as hoses, axes, and breathing equipment. In order to ensure everyone's safety, he also learned how to collaborate with his fellow firefighters. As the end of his training drew near, Billy was pleased with everything he had accomplished. He was conscious of the fact that he had much to learn, but he was eager to start working as a firefighter and serving his community. Chapter 5. Graduating from the Fire Academy. After months of arduous training and work, Billy and his classmates had finally graduated from the Fire Academy. Billy experienced mixed emotions as he put on his uniform and formed a line with his fellow graduates. The fire chief gave a speech before the ceremony started, outlining the importance of their work and the duty they now had to protect and serve their community. Billy experienced a jolt of pride as he listened to the chief's words. The graduates received their diplomas after the speeches. As his name was called, Billy made his way across the stage to resounding applause. Never before had he experienced such a sense of accomplishment. After the ceremony, Billy and his family went to their favorite restaurant for a big dinner to celebrate. Billy's parents told him they were proud of him and appreciated how committed and diligent he was. Billy thought back on everything he had to go through in order to realize his dream of becoming a firefighter as they sat around the table. Although he was aware that there were still obstacles to overcome, he felt prepared for whatever lay ahead. As he peered out the window at the city below, he was confident that his choice had been the right one. Now that he was a firefighter, he was prepared to do whatever it took to keep his neighborhood safe. Chapter 6. Serving his community. Billy faced many obstacles and trying circumstances as he started his career as a firefighter. But he was ready for anything because of the training he received at the academy. He had to respond to a house fire as one of his first duties as a firefighter. The family inside was in danger when he arrived because the fire had already gotten out of control. Billy and his co-workers put out the fire and saved the family with quick and effective work. Billy was happy with his work, and everyone made it out safely. Over the following few months, Billy responded to a range of crises, including car accidents and medical emergencies. He worked long hours and frequently came into contact with danger, but he never wavered in his dedication to helping his community. One of the most challenging circumstances he faced was when a significant wildfire that threatened to destroy several homes was raging. Billy and his co-workers put in a lot of effort to put out the fire, relying on all of their knowledge and expertise to safeguard the residences and the occupants. Billy found great fulfillment in his work as a firefighter despite the risks and long hours. He was aware that he was improving people's lives and enhancing the security of his neighborhood. Billy was appreciative of all the effort and help that had gotten him to this point, from wanting to be a firefighter to actually doing it for his community. Being a firefighter was his true calling, and he was proud of it. Chapter 7. Becoming a hero. One day, a call about a person trapped in a burning building required Billy and his team to respond. When they arrived, a woman was yelling for assistance from a third-floor window. Without hesitation, Billy and his group acted. They put up a ladder quickly and went up to the window. Although the air was thick with smoke and the heat was oppressive, Billy knew he had to take action right away. As he started to descend the ladder, he motioned for the woman to mount his back. Billy struggled to keep his balance due to the woman's weight, but he remained focused and determined. As they descended the ladder, Billy could hear the woman coughing and having trouble breathing. He was aware that they needed to leave the structure as soon as possible before it was too late. A waiting ambulance was there to take the woman to the hospital when they finally made it to the ground. The neighborhood had hailed Billy and his group as heroes for saving her life. In the days that followed, the woman's family and friends wrote Billy numerous letters of appreciation. He was praised as a true hero for his bravery and quick thinking. Although Billy felt honored by the praise, he understood that all he was doing was his job. Being able to help those in need and being a firefighter made him proud. His dream of becoming a firefighter had materialized in ways he never could have imagined, he realized as he thought back on his experience. Many now regarded him as a hero, and he vowed to carry on bravely and devotedly serving his community for many years to come. Epilogue. Looking ahead. As Billy considered his path to becoming a firefighter and the numerous experiences he had in the line of duty, he was filled with gratitude and pride. He had accomplished his childhood dream and actually improved the lives of others. Billy saw that the future held both fresh difficulties and chances to help his community. He desired to advance in the fire service and take on more responsibility. He was also aware of other ways he wanted to support his neighborhood. He started to think about doing volunteer work at neighborhood schools and community centers and talking to young people who wanted to be firefighters about his experiences. Billy experienced a sense of fulfillment as he surveyed the city from the fire station's rooftop. He was aware that his work as a firefighter only marked the start of a lifetime of selfless service to others. Billy anticipated everything the future had in store for him with a smile on his face and a feeling of anticipation in his heart. He was prepared to take on any difficulties that might arise and keep improving the lives of those around him.